So I had a request to do my Switch collection, and it would seem like it would be kind of a waste of time since Switch is the current system for Nintendo, but the collectability is actually quite surprising. My top game, and you're going to notice a distinct pattern with I believe every single one of these games. Actually, not 100%, but almost all of them. So the first is this one, Outlast and Outlast 2. So this comes with two games. It is from Limited Run and was never opened. I absolutely love survival horror games in particular, but survival horror games. It had been in my queue and then just jumped in price, and so I decided if I'm going to play it, and I would like to play it someday, I would just do a digital download and then save this as an investment. $374 is not only the most expensive, I believe it, as far as I could tell, it is the most expensive non-variant video game on the Switch at $374. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse is the highest for a loose price, but for a new, this is the highest. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if I go in here. It's very flat. Wow, since it's been released. And does not sell a lot. So one sale per month, $374. Okay, so the complete price was one sale per month. So not selling crazy, but very expensive. My next one is The House of Feta Morgana, the Dreams of the Revenants edition. So House of Feta Morgana. I believe it is like the second or third highest rated air quotes game, but there weren't a lot of reviews, but it has some extremely high. This is a visual novel, again, not opened. It's a visual novel. In other words, you don't actually play it. You are reading through. I don't know if there's any decision making on the game. I've only played one. So there is two versions, but this is easily the more expensive of them. So you could see it actually, I guess, peaked in August and has gone down slightly. This is a limited run game. Okay. So I guess I got the right version. The next one is Blossom Tales. And this one is opened. I was playing it. It has a very distinct classic Zelda vibe to it. And I didn't particularly like it. I mean, it's okay. This one is valued at around $150. It's kind of like, it comes off as maybe a kid's game. The problem is it's pretty hard in sections. So this is one of those games where it's a little difficult because it seems like it's aimed at a certain, I guess it's actually based on the graphics. I guess it's actually aimed at people like around my age or a bit younger because of the graphics, the SNES style graphics. But it was hard, and I didn't quit because it was too hard. I quit because I just wasn't getting into it, and there were other games I wanted to play more. The next one that I have is Turok and Turok 2. And by the way, a limited run game. This one here, limited run game. This one is from the N64 version, although it apparently has updated graphics. I'm going to guess it probably plays horribly because it played horribly on... I mean, it played like an N64 game, okay? But I was interested to kind of revisit it, but I never ended up playing it. And mind you, I do play my Switch games. I play tons of them, but I'm clearly buying them at a faster pace than I'm capable of playing them, and I also like to play the heck out of games. This was 142.50. This is one I opened and I did play a bunch. This is the original Divinity 2 Original Sin, the definitive edition. Includes free DLC. This game was hard, man. And I may play it through another time, but I ended up at some point just basically, as I would go through it, just sit there and go on the FAQs because it was so hard, and you have to like get every side quest in order to build your characters up. Yes, you can avoid the side quests, but I think I need to play it again because there were a lot of side quests I didn't find or didn't complete because I didn't look them up, and my characters at the end just did not seem to be strong enough to finish off the final boss. It's a really neat game, but it was kind of disappointing. This one's listed at 116 for opened version. The next one is, and this is limited run. The next one is, okay, I got this through limited run, but does not have limited, it might not be an official limited run, even though I bought it through limited run. Layers of Fear, I loved this game. Absolutely loved it. I've played it multiple times. It is I'm not going to call it a survival horror. It's damn near impossible to die in it, but it is about a artist who is going insane, and this is what it comes with all this stuff. I highly recommend this game. I think it's very neat, but you probably have to do a digital download. This is $105, and this for opened complete unboxing, a little bit damaged. I think it came that way. I'm pretty careful with my games, so. The next one is Clad. I don't know how to pronounce it. This is another visual novel, unopened. This one is, this one is one I bought through limited run, but it is not a limited run game. So limited run will sell games that are not officially, so you could buy them other places. And I think I've kind of learned to stop doing that because there tends to be, limited run tends to be higher priced than what I can get elsewhere. So at some point I decided, okay, I need to stop buying non-limited run games from limited run because I'm overpaying. That game was $99.35 listed. Another limited run game. This is Dragon's Lair Trilogy. $88.12. I'm old enough to have played Dragon's Lair and the sequel, and as well as Space Ace. So we have Dragon's Lair 2, Time Warp, Space Ace, all three of these. Do they stand the test of time? I don't think so. But it was pretty neat, and I should revisit it because, it's all about memorizing the patterns, and so it was a neat revisit. I can tell you that when I saw this game in arcades, I would play it, but I did not put a lot of quarters. This was the one game I remember. It was so popular that there would be quarters lined up like 10 feet long, and the technology behind it kind of died because it was so limited. So the what's this DVD or CD games, this kind of CD animated game didn't last very long. It was super popular for a while and then died out. The next one is Disgaea 4 Complete, and so this one is not limited run, and I did not buy it through limited run. I bought it through Amazon, and this game, I think I don't know what it is. It looked like it had good reviews, and it looked interesting, and I never got around to playing it. So this is about $80 for this game. So you can see that these Switch games really have gone up quite a bit. Another limited run game. This is River City Girls, $78.74. Never been opened, but I have played the game. A friend of mine got a Japanese version of River City Girls and River City Girls 2. I really like this game. I think it's the best beat 'em up that I've played on the Switch, and I've played a lot of beat 'em ups. But I'd say this is the best. It's by Way Forward Games, and they make pretty good games. So of all the games here, I believe 7 of them were limited run games. 2 of them were bought from limited run, but were not limited run games. And then 1 of them is just not a limited run game, which is this. Now, I can tell you that if you want to get into investments and you're thinking, well, I'll just go out and buy every limited run game, they do not always go up. A lot of times they do not appreciate in value. And I would guess that probably less and less are appreciating in value because people did see that because most of the ones that have gone up are older ones. There are definitely limited run games that I passed on that have gone up quite a bit, and some I really regret. There was Doom Eternal, which I like the Doom game, but I didn't like the price it was selling at, but it jumped in price, and so I was kind of like, oh, I probably should have jumped on that one. Every single one of these games I bought because I was interested in it. None of them were bought for investments. And so I just kind of got lucky on some. If I decide to one day sell these, I could sell the Outlast Bundle of Terror and probably buy a handful of games based on the price I could get for that. So, and I'm going to confess something, that when the Nintendo Switch was first, they were talking about what it was, I thought that it was a terrible move because it seemed like to me that Nintendo, their most profitable section was in the handheld, and to combine the handheld and console in one seemed like a bad idea to me. And also going back to cartridges, although I love cartridges, I thought that was a technological leap backwards. And also, it seemed like the worst of both worlds, which is to have console-level graphics on a handheld system, which would make it really difficult to see, particularly someone my age whose vision is not what it used to be. But also to have handheld level graphics on a big screen TV, I was absolutely wrong. This system has killed it. And the cartridges clearly were a great idea, and I think that that's why the investments are so good on this one, is because of the cartridges, and people really like the idea, and I think people really like the idea of physical media. So anyway, that's my Nintendo Switch collection. This is not the entire at all. This is just my top 10.